Why, hello everybody. This is Miss Janice. How are you doing today? I just trust that all is well and that you're having a fantabulous day. I am having such a good day. I just finished up what looks like a web page. So let's hide this right here. Let's hide Miss Janice. Okay, we got that. We're sharing the screen, and this is how you know when you use Screencastify. One is because this button is red. The arrow is pink, of course, but the button is red. Okay, and then right down here you can see your tools. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this small, and we're going to go to our desktop. Now, this right here is what I was trying to explain earlier about when you making a web page. You get the idea in your head. You get the idea in your head, and after you get this idea in your head, because you've written it down on paper, you made the squares on your paper. You've actually here, let me show you. Gave an idea of what it's going to look like. Now I'm going to get started because the day is the first day. It's June the 14th and it's on Friday. And I didn't put the time. I should have put the time, but the time is 7:46 p.m. Portland, Oregon time. Oh my goodness. I know that if you live in Florida, it's 2 hours later, and if you live in Philadelphia, it's 3 hours later. That's all I know. Because I get the mountain and the Pacific mixed up. I believe it's the Pacific Northwest, though. Okay, so let's get started. We're talking about legacy funnels, and the reason I started doing legacy funnels in regards to my main project is because I like to talk about Jesus, and what I'm going to start doing is taking envelopes, putting this right here exactly what as you see it, exactly as you see it, but I'm planning on explaining it all the time. And the way that this funnel goes is that when you start leaving a legacy, you want to start leaving like a footprint. So in order to do that, like to have someone look at you as you are someone to be revered or honored or respected, etc., you're going to actually do these things. And this is how you're going to do it. You're not going to teach it, but you're going to literally begin to live it. And it's teaching you how I'm teaching you how to train and earn a way to leave your financial legacy to church, family, and friends. And the reason I put it like that is because that's basically what I do. I actually started with my nieces, nephews, and basically my G babies, and those are my grandchildren. And they cannot do anything yet. They really can't. My G baby, one of them is like one, another one is two. No, sh- she's three. Another one is seven. So they're little. They're little people. And so two of them I gave like my daughter their email address that I made up for them. And when she didn't do anything with it, it was like, okay, that's all right. Which is it is. And so what I began to do is I just began to encourage her in different aspects of her life. Like for example, I know like maybe A, B, C, and D. And so what I did is when I gave her that, I also sent information with it so that if she never looks at it, if she never goes into it, see, I'm going to be gone. It's like, and so I'm saving for the future. And of course, I'm going to tell her again, you got to look at and then tell her the email address. You got to go to and tell them that they have a starter funnel, a starter legacy funnel. And then she'll know how to use the system so that when I am not here, or if there ever comes a time when I'm not here, whoever knows the information that is given, I'm gonna show you how I do it. If I have your phone, if I have your address, I write you a letter. I mail it to you. I should have put the stamp here, and then I should have said mail it to you. And that's how you get started. You get started by doing, and by doing. And the doing start like this. It's association. repetition, motivation, and the use of your senses. That right there, gathered together, makes it starts your legacy. Now, one of the things that I noticed that Father is talking to us about is changing the way that you talk about your family. And let me explain what that looks like. Sometimes we'll say, "Oh, Johnny is always like that. No matter what I say to him, he is," and that's because we are literally talking like blah 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 with our mouth, right? We're literally talking. But when it comes to starting your legacy, you write it down. If you write something down like Jesus did, this is where I got the example from. If you write something down, the first time we go over it, it might sound like they're upset with you. The second or third time, it's like, I thought they was upset with me. The third or the fourth or the fifth time, it's like they're not upset with me. They're literally telling me something. Let me see what they're saying. And then if you keep, and I said second, third, or fourth, fifth time, is because you don't stop sending letters. You don't stop. Okay? It says, "Hi, this is Miss Janice, and I'm so thankful to be here to help train you and to move you from point A to Z, if you'll let me. How to bless and be a blessing to those whom you know, love, fellowship with, befriend, are related to, and call family. I learned the easy way that families matter, and no matter how much I learn, if I teach it to those who matter to me the most, we stay on the same page as we journey with our different talents, skills, assets, and prayers to set goals toward our future together." And the reason I said it like that is because I told you I talked to my daughter, I started a funnel for my grandchildren. Then at the end of my grandchildren's funnel, there are ways to make money. And one of the ways is via Avon. And you get like 25 to 40, no, you get 40% of every Avon product that you sell. And that's a lot of what making money via funnels is. You sell something, you become an affiliate, and you partake in it. The difference between, I'll show you in a little bit, the difference between a legacy funnel is you don't spend the money. You literally allow this funnel to grow so that it's like having a virtual bank. And the reason I'm explaining it like this is because when I noticed, I had called my nephew and I said, "Son, this is what I need for you to do." And then I told him what I need for him to do. I need for you to um, get sign into this system so that Miss Maya can have an online account. And I was thinking that if I put my funds in, because I did it before, so if I put my funds in and I bought some, or I purchased somebody a funnel uh, or a system, they're called systems, it's called Power Lead System. And what it does is it brings people customers. We call them leads, but they're really customers. And I noticed that in that system, first I had to make sure it worked, but in the system that's the Power Lead System, if you can give away free funnels. But I didn't want to give away free funnels because the more I read, the more it literally started sounding like it's an online bank, it's a virtual bank. Then I read a little more and I found out that they are connected to PayPal. Then I read a little more, I found out that you personally get a Visa to hold your funds. Then I read a little more and I found out that if for every person that you get to purchase a $7 system, you get $6. I'm like, what? So you get your money right back. It's like, oh. So anyway, I found out through doing what the system said to do that you really do get a visa. It's a blue Palution visa. And it works because I took it to Walmart yesterday because I want to make sure that what I'm telling people is true. That's what I wanted to do. I want to make sure that what I'm telling people is true. So here we are, and a lot of people are trying their best to go online to figure out how to make a web page, and they're trying it according to the system of the way people are doing. I'm gonna show you what I did. One day, I took the Power Lead system And I did exactly like I'm going to do right now. And I said, okay, now when you scroll down, there's there's like some big words. But these the words were really big. They're not cute and dainty. They were just poof, look at me, pow, and then it was red. Boom, read this. And, no pink, it was like black. And then I said, and then there's a box and it has a video. So and that was the power lease system. And then I did it with one that cost like $93 a month. I said, wait a minute, it's the same. There's the big box right here. Okay, there's the video in the middle. Okay, there's some more writing down here, like that. And I was like, they're exactly the same. There's no difference at all. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, well, how come you have to pay so much money to be in theirs, and then you still have to pay, but I let the system pay for me. I mean, I worked the system so much so that once got my Paylution card, I was excited. But then it wasn't enough because I wanted to make sure that they really give you money. And so I used one of those temporary visas, and then I just like I said, I signed up my G babies, my niece, a couple of my nieces, my nephew. I did a couple of grown ups just so that I could make sure that they knew where all of my funds are going and how to get to them because it's a card. I'm like, it's a blue card, and it has Paylution on it, has my whole name on it. And then they'll get to know what the code is. And it's not like they're going to close out the account because it's residual income. And I was totally blown away. I'm like, I can't even believe it because it sounds too good to be true. And of course, I'm going to show y'all why. Okay, so it says I learned the easy way that families matter, and no matter how much I learn, if I teach it to those who matter to me the most, we stay on the same page as we journey with our different talents, skills, assets, and prayers to set goals toward our future together. The body of Christ is my passion, and what they ask, you find something that you're passionate about. Once you're passionate about something, like I do natural hair care funnels, I teach and train for the CDL license in Portland, Oregon. I teach um, uh, how to take the United States Postal Service, so it's USPS um, written exam. I mean, it's like, and people are asking for this type of information. I show people how to go online and get jobs. Like first, I get them the job, tell them how to fill out the application, explain to them what the application mean. Um, One of them was like making 69,000 and something dollars a year to 123,000 working for the Water Bureau in Portland, Oregon. And then there was anywhere from 1850 on up working for Student First, which is the bus system that took over all of the school buses in Oregon. Because they used to have District 1, Multnomah County, just all over. But now it's just Student First. And I showed them how to get jobs there. And then I started on Job Case, helping people to get jobs there in the city that they live in. So I became Miss Janice at Shift Job Connection International. Anyway, I'm just letting you know that once you learn something, that's what a legacy is, and you videoing it. You giving a video documentation. It's like your own personal book, teaching the things that you know, and it's personal. It's really is personal because what you're doing is you're sending it to specific people. Like when I had asked Father, let me go down here because it tells you. It says how I got here. I simply Matthew 7:7, our Father, and He Jeremiah 33 and 3 me in return by showing me how to bless residually when I'm with Him. That means that when I die, go to heaven or die, those who constantly pour into me and my life now. So it's like when those who I teach to, or I send a personal link to, or instead of giving them a free funnel, I gave them the starter funnel, whereas you can go online and learn a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching you right now. Okay, about a funnel. This is right here is a family funnel. This is how you get funds. And so I had to start it off as to how you get in, you know. And so it's really talking about the arms of the Lord and how we get this into our family. This is a family funnel. And what Father has shown me is that He gave us the keys to the storage of where you know how the scripture goes, the wicked, the the wealth of the wicked is stored up for us. What He did is He gave us keys in order to get it. And this one right here, the legacy funnel, it gets you and your family on the same page. That's basically what it does. It says, first of all, we have to change the way that we talk about our family. And the reason I said our families is because it's right in there. See, you have to change the way you talk about you, and you have to change the way you talk about your family. Okay, because you are a family member, and sometimes you don't like yourself, so you need to stop saying, oh, I'm this or I'm that or whatever negative adverbs or adjectives that you use, because there is something that's called association, and when Father uses association, He associates us with who we are. And He says that we are the righteousness of God. We are, and then He begins to tell us who we are. That's what we have to bring into our family funnel. Instead of saying what our natural eye sees, you are a drug addict. You are, no, even if they are taking drugs and you begin to speak into that individual's life, I see you as a man of God. I see you before God talking to Him. I see you bringing souls to God. I see you when they get by themselves, because that's how Father talks to us. We begin to think about those things. How can they see me as this? I am a drug addict, but they see me as, and that's what Father does to us. How can you say that I take care of my finances that you give me? I don't even have a savings account. How can you say? And when you start repeating, how can you say that, Father? How can you're talking to Him? You're not talking to the atmosphere. You're not talking to the air. And He said that His word does not come back to Him void. Okay. So then again, you have to do that with everything. You have to figure out how to change, how to association, how to become the standard. See, because remember how I said that He associates us with the word, meaning Father. He is our Father, associates us with the word. And you become the standard, meaning when the enemy comes in, He said, like a flood, I will lift up a standard against him. Meaning He's going to give you the boldness, the ideas, the words, the backbone to stand up and to run towards Him like David did with Goliath. And He's going to allow you to know that what you're doing is what He needs for you to do. But this is how you get association, leaving your footprint. Remember how there are times in our lives when we just didn't know that what we was doing was right. So what I'm going to do is pull this down. And the reason I'm going to do that is I'm going to show you in just a second. Hold on. Okay, you got to see it, but I'm not finding, because every now and then I like to bring the camera back up so that I can wave to you guys. And remember, I'm teaching, so it's right here. Now you can see it. Okay, so one more time. Oh, I'm looking down here in the corner. I'm supposed to be looking up here. And then I click it again to make it disappear. Okay, so what I need for you all to understand is very simple. That Father loves us so much, and our family matters to Him. Our family really does matter. And as I'm experiencing this, I'm gonna show it to you here first. As I'm experiencing the power lead system, I'm finding out that it seems so family oriented. It just it's like mind boggling. I'll put it that way. Because they're looking after us. They're not just looking after themselves, and they're trying their best to see that everyone succeeds. And as they're seeing that everyone succeeds, they're putting out videos talking about the success of others. And it's like this one lady, she was just like you and I, and she earned $90,000 through the Paralead system. And this is what we're doing. And the reason I'm saying that this is what we're doing is because you see how it said right here, email and text? Well, some people don't know how to email and text. Seriously. Some people still don't have a cell phone. Seriously. Some people aren't on Facebook. Seriously. And some people. So what I did was I was like, Father, how can I get started? What do you want me to do? And he said, begin to talk about family because families matter and train my children to do likewise. And I was like, I can do that because it's not hard at all. Okay, so hold on. Let me show you. See, it talks about website, talks about promoting your business. So you give every opportunity to do. Like I promote Avon, like when the little ones have their own system. I give them an Avon link. Okay, and these are our products, and it teaches you how to get better at what you're doing online. And I like it because it gives you something to do. It's not like I'm making up stuff, you know? I mean, I can. It says, welcome to the Power Lead System training site. Because some sites I go on and there's like, excuse me, I thought you said that I was going to get this and it was drop, click. I mean, that is real simple. I'll keep getting these errors. I'm leaving, and like taking my $17 with me, whatever. How much ever it costs, I don't know. But what it does is it says, watch this video. And it takes you video by video and it trains you with words. It says first time here. And remember, if this is here, this right here means that you're still recording. If this button right here, that means you're still recording. Okay. Now if this is the first time you're here. Welcome to the training area. In this short video, I'm going to show you a little bit about the back office here and some important things that you're going to want to know. First of all, under schedule, that's going to give you the schedule of our live training and hangouts, which happen every single week. And the replay section here, that's where we've got an archive of hangouts that have taken place in the past. If you want to know anything about paid advertising, that's going to be found in the marketing section here. Now, you can go ahead and skip system video because what I'm going to have you do is come to this section over here called Daily Tip. Okay, Daily Tip is a chronological sequence of videos that's going to really help you learn how to use your system. Now, I'm constantly adding to this. It's a work in progress, but I want to say this: you don't have to learn everything on day one. In fact, you can take that link
that we gave you at the very end of your checkout process, you can start advertising that link right now. You don't have to set up a funnel. You don't have to create a lead capture page or connect the dots. You could start marketing right now with the link that we gave you at the very end of your checkout process. But if you're ready to start using your system and you want to start learning how to create lead capture pages and setting up subdomains and things like that, I tell you what, come to this section right here called Daily Tip. There's no rush. Take it a video at a time, and you're going to find that learning is fun, and it's really going to empower you to be able to go out there and increase the effectiveness of your marketing. All right, so the training section here, that is an archive of some amazing training that you can come to 24/7 and learn all about advertising, mindset, traffic, all kinds of great training in that training section here. Topics is just a list of some miscellaneous things that you can check out on your own time. And then the YouTube section here, anything that you want to know about YouTube. If you have a question about how to do something on YouTube, you're most likely going to find it in this section. Well, that's it for now. Enjoy the training area, and remember to come back here often. You're going to love it.
Uh, I like that. Okay, so let's get back. Oh, F11. I like to hide my desk when I'm working. Okay, so you heard him talk about a funnel, and then so that, and when you're learning how to do marketing, you'll learn that basically everyone does it the same way. And so what is suggested is that it's called a niche. Whatever you like to do, you put marketing in your lifestyle or as a part of you, excuse me, you use marketing as a part of your lifestyle. And everyone that follows Miss Janice knows she loves to talk about the Lord. And I was like, Father, am I going to have to change the way I talk? And then I said, I wanted to change the way I talk. And he's like, no, little one, you be you. Because you can sell better. You can interact better. You can. And so he gave me this right here to talk about and how to do it repetition. It's like I can go over this every single day and incorporate what I do. And I'm talking about literally. That's why I put the date here. I put this date here because the next time I do it, the date will change. It will give me another date. So I'm thankful that he's done this to me. And it's talking about a legacy, how to he's given us the keys not only to finances, but he's given us the keys to teach us how to get our foundation right. And the reason that he said get the pencil, the paper, the mailbox, the stamp is because some of our family is not living in the city that we're living in. Okay. And if they're not living in the city that we are living in, there's sometimes that he will, excuse me, want us to write them, not call them on the phone, not text them, literally pen, paper, and pencil in hand and write them. Write. I mean, like give them some knowledge, some nuggets. I mean, I'm just amazed. And then it says, teach them to forgive by forgiving. Now, I know exactly what that looks like. And the reason I know what it looks like is because when you do something first, it is like a trickle effect. Once the spirit of forgiveness is in your life, you'll find out that you are so free. You are so free. The other, because one, it happened to me, and then two, it happens to other people. But when it happened to me, I was supposed to forgive somebody, and at first, I was like happy. Was I was supposed to forgive somebody? No, I was supposed to ask for forgiveness, and I was happy. I was like, wait a minute, am I supposed to be this happy about asking for forgiveness? Well, of course, I was being trained because then it came to, because then I got the lesson about what forgiveness does. Forgiveness frees you up. It literally frees you so that you can continually be in who you are. I mean, you get so happy and so joyous that it's like, there's nothing bothering me today. And then you don't feel guilty. And the reason Father did not want me to put anything here is because he wants to explain what this looks like. So if you have a funnel, it starts here and then it trickles down and then it comes out. So this right here mixes with this, mixes with this, mixes with this, and it basically becomes a substance that you use, and it's called the arms of love. That's how you create a personal family legacy. It's through love. I mean, let's make sense here. See, I can write stuff here, but what Father explaining with these keys as a reminder is that he promised something. And all of his promises are yes and amen. Every single last one of them. There's none of his promise. He said, oh, psych, I didn't mean it. He doesn't do that. He doesn't say psych. He doesn't do psych. He has to do his word because he is the word. That's who he is. And he is the word manifested in the flesh. So if you allow him to do this, if you allow him to change the way that you talk about your family, if you allow him to allow or make you to become the standard that he's talking about, if you allow him through you to leave your footprint, and if you, by doing forgiveness, teach them to forgive by forgiving, you'll find out that you're using the arms of love. You're associating, you're doing it over and over again, so you're being repetitious, and then you're motivated. What's motivating you? Because you know that the more you forgive, the more Father forgives through you, and it makes it seem like he really is loving people through me. And then the last one basically is the use of your senses, and these are reasons why we hurt. Father, I'm hurting because of A, B, C, and D. Father, I'm feeling this way because of, then you begin to tell them, Father, I don't like this because of, see, the use of your senses, your emotions. You have them and they're there for a reason. The thing is, we need to talk to Father about everything, not just choice stuff, not some of the stuff we want to talk to him about. We need to talk to him about everything. If you're a pastor and you take drugs, you need to talk to Father about that. If you're a pastor or a leader in the church and you fornicate, you need to talk to Father about that. He's the only one that can help you to stop doing the negative that we're doing. He's the only one. You allow him to become the God in your life, and you're telling on yourself so much so that when the enemy comes to Father to tempt you, then Father says, no, you cannot do that because he's talking to me regarding that now. Listen, and he makes the enemy obey. It's not the other way around. So what we need to do is, as we're teaching those that we're supposed to be teaching or being the example in front of, those who are supposed to be the example in front of, you begin to realize and feel the arms of the Lord. You feel it. It's his arms of love. You begin to experience it. Not just feel it, you begin to experience it. You begin to see what it looks like. You begin to be lifted up higher than maybe sickness. You begin to be lifted up higher than maybe whatever. Because listen to what he says. He says that everything shall bow down to him. Everything. Every spirit, every thought, every idea, every confusion, everything is going to bow down to him. So, that being said, I get to end now. I get to end, and I tell you, if you want to start your own legacy, financial legacy, then you want to start with the Power Lead System, and you can pick yours up at MissJanice.com. You all be blessed, be encouraged, and have an all fantabulous day. All right, I'm gonna say bye for now. Hallelujah.